That's my fear. That's my fear, that Doc Rivers was fired because James Harden said, I'm not coming back, and Daryl Morey said, please, James. You're all I've ever had. I'm nothing without you. I'll fire Doc Rivers right now. You please come back. I'll fire him right now. And he said, all right. So yeah, we celebrated firing Doc Rivers, but we're still totally I mean, let's call it what it is. We are fucked. Anyway.
Run it back, Philly. No frauds, no fanboys, no intros.
James said, I'm not coming back if Doc Rivers is still there. And Daryl said, okay, well, we got to get Doc out of here. That's my fear. Because now you're looking at Daryl Morey doubling down on the James Harden thing. And there's 910 people in here, and I don't know how many of you have a James Harden Stan account on Twitter, but I need you to hear this. Daryl Morey is insane. Daryl Morey is obsessed with James Harden. Daryl Morey's only claim to fame, you got to understand this, his only claim to fame in his GM career is trading for James Harden. The only thing he's ever done is get James Harden to the Houston Rockets. Is see James Harden coming off the bench in OKC and saying, that dude's going to be a star, I need him, and bringing him to the Houston Rockets and flipping the Tracy McGrady, Yao Ming era of the Rockets into the new age, up-tempo James Harden era in Houston. His only claim to fame was that. And guess what? He failed. He put Chris Paul next to him. 2 point guards on the floor together? What are we doing here? Didn't work. He put Russell Westbrook next to him. What are we doing here? Didn't work. Could have saw that coming from a mile away. He traded Clint Capella, and they ran the damn team with no center. They were playing Robert Covington at center. This is the guy we're talking about. We're overrating the hell out of this guy. I need you to know that. The only good thing he's ever done is bring James Harden to Houston. He steps down in Houston. Was it because James left? Probably. Blame it on some tweet about Hong Kong if you want to. He gets hired in Philly. And you're telling me the only plan this guy could come up with to fix the Ben Simmons situation. It's the only name in this guy's vocabulary. He was sitting at home like, I got it. I got the solution, guys. They were like, what, Daryl? And he's like, you're not going to believe this. James Harden. And they were like, he's 33. He just forced his way out of Houston by gaining 27 pounds and showing up to training camp looking like Rick Ross. Then he went to Brooklyn for 2 weeks, forced his way out of there. He's 33, out of shape, coming off a hamstring injury. That's going to fix it? Oh, yeah. Trust me. That's going to fix it. James Harden, everything. James Harden. It's what I think about when I wake up. It's what I think about at lunch. It's what I think about before I go to bed. James Harden. It'll fix everything. Trust me. First season, no go. Oh, it was hamstring injury. Yeah, he wasn't in shape. Yeah. Second season, now he's had a full off season to get in shape, and he's not injured. Oh, he's got a sore Achilles though, but it's fine. He's going to be all right. Playoffs come around. 2 games out of 7, he looked like James Harden. 5 games out of 7, he looked like Rick Ross, literally. I posted the video of DJ Khaled playing basketball at the All-Star game. That's what James Harden looked like in Game 6 and Game 7. And I know you little James Harden fanboys are going to be like, what about Embiid? He looked like trash too. Everybody looked like trash. What I'm saying is the only thing Daryl Morey has ever done is chase James Harden. So you fire Doc Rivers. That means James is coming back. That means James is coming back. And if James Harden is not an all-star level player anymore, if he's just a facilitator, hit some threes here and there, drive to the rim, hook an arm, flop, fall over, roll out of bounds, if that's all he can do anymore, you're going to need some more talent. You're going to need James Harden to sign for less again, and you're going to need some more talent. But the rumors are already coming out. James wants to go to Phoenix. James wants to go to Houston. You know what James wants? James wants this. James wants this. James Harden is in the status business. That's what he's in. He's in the status business. You don't hang out with rappers and wear these outfits he's wearing if you're not in the status business. He's in the status business. He cares about his status. And when your status is being the rich superstar NBA player, you want to prolong that as far as you can. James wants another contract. And if Houston is crazy enough to give it to him, that's where he's going. I mean, the guy went to Vegas right after the Brooklyn Nets series. What? The guy, it's what he likes to do. And he's going to continue to do it. And he wants to make the most money he can make. I know he took less this past offseason to bring in the 2016 Rockets, to bring in 38-year-old PJ Tucker, who was already about to retire. He's in the status business. He wants to go to Houston. He wants to go, whoever's going to give him that one last max contract, that's where he's going. If Daryl Morey signs James Harden to a 5-year contract, we got to boycott the Sixers, bro. We got to boycott. If Daryl Morey signs James Harden to a 5-year contract, we got to boycott. Straight up. It's just you can't do this. You can't do this. You can't look at what you just saw in the playoffs from this guy and sign him for 5 years. You can't do it. He's cooked right now. What's he going to be like when he's 38? Come on, man. Say what you want. The fanboys try to blame it on all kinds of different things. It's this, it's that. It's this reason, it's that reason. He can't jump anymore. His only move is to drive in and hook the arm and flop, and the refs aren't calling it anymore. And they're so sick of it, he's getting tackled out there, and they're not calling it. And that's James Harden's fault. That's the reparations for doing it for 10 years in Houston. Now you're allowed to tackle James Harden. No call, no call, no call. That's my fear. That's my fear, that Doc Rivers was fired because James Harden said, I'm not coming back, and Daryl Morey said, please, James. You're all I've ever had. I'm nothing without you. I'll fire Doc Rivers right now. You please come back. I'll fire him right now. And he said, all right. So yeah, we celebrated firing Doc Rivers, but we're still totally fucked. I mean, let's call it what it is. We are fucked. Anyway,